Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you can hear me well. Okay, let me admit the participants. Okay. All right. Good afternoon. Welcome to our free online lesson. Before we get started, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Hakim Mohsin, and I'm the application engineer for acadsystems. Okay, for today's topic, we will be talking about Autodesk Construction Cloud and how do we get started. So this is a quite new product by Autodesk, it is actually rebranded from BIM 360. So I got a lot of questions regarding how to set up their projects, how to add in their members. So I hope that this video will answer some of the questions of how to get started in Autodesk Construction Cloud. I will not touch a lot about the tools inside this ACC, we call it ACC, but this is like the general overview how to get started. Okay. All right. So before we learn about how to add in projects and all the members, I would like to explain a little bit what is Autodesk Construction Cloud, or we call it ACC. I will be referring it as ACC after this. So it is basically a collaborative place for all the project members from the design phase up to planning, and then until the actual building of the project, and then also the operating once the building is done. So it's a collaborative place where you can check all your sources. If you can imagine, you require all those data that you would traditionally go into meetings, and you need this team to hand over those documents to you, then only that you can do your work. But by having ACC, it's all in one place, and so it will be more smooth working with ACC. Okay, next. So basically, these are the phases of construction flows. We call it as construction workflows. So during design, it allows you to do design authoring, design collaboration, and then during the planning, so you are coordinating with all within the project members, project teams, and then during the building, it's more like the project management, cost management, stuff like that. And then when it's done, it is more on the facilities management. So I'm just going very quickly on what is ACC. So in ACC, it contains different tools. For example, we have Autodesk Build and Autodesk Takeoff, Autodesk Docs, and also Autodesk BIM Collaborate. So Autodesk Docs, you can buy it as a standalone. I mean, the single project, the single product, and it is also included in your AEC package if you have AEC package. But for Build and Takeoff, you buy it separately. It's not in the AEC product. But you can also buy the Autodesk Docs individually as well. So with BIM Collaborate, it's more on the collaborative tools. You have model coordinations, and with Collaborate Pro, you would have you can directly cloud share within your Revit and Civil 3D and others. So these are the products within ACC. All right. So this is the biggest confusion that I usually get. So Autodesk Construction Cloud, ACC, and BIM 360. What are those, and what are the difference between these two? So actually, these are two separate platforms that it is actually first started with BIM 360. So now it is rebranded as Autodesk Construction Cloud. But currently, you can still access BIM 360. If you buy the ACC, you can still have the access to BIM 360. If you maybe you have a project that is ongoing and it is already set up in BIM 360, so Autodesk still allow you to work with BIM 360. But I would advise, if you are starting a new project, go for ACC and set up your project in ACC. And I foresee that future updates and improvements all will be leaning towards ACC. So for ACC, you will be this is the site where you can access ACC. Just go to acc.autodesk.com. And for BIM 360 is admin.b360.autodesk.com, and you have to sign in and basically access your projects. So you also need to note that the logo for ACC is this ball thing, and for BIM 360 is the big B. Okay, for today's today's presentation will be more on the administration part. So on the account administration, for example, if you just purchase the ACC, and you'll be assigned as the account administrator, and then how you get started from there, and also a little bit on the project administration. And I will probably touch a little bit on docs, Autodesk docs. Okay, so this is I would say the workflow is usually when you purchase ACC, you will be assigned as the account admin, and then you will create a project. The project admin also can create a project. So these two admin, account admin and project admin, they have tasks that they kind of both can do, but the workflow is usually the account admin will create a project, and then he will then give access to a project admin, and then later the project admin will expand the team and add all those team members. But as you will see later in the ACC, you can see that from both parts actually it kind of overlaps, but because they are still basically under the administrative ACC. Okay, this is when you purchase the ACC, you will probably get the email from Autodesk, and you need to click here to get started, and then only you can access your ACC. If you go straight, you will probably be getting a trial account, because I've got a lot of questions as well. They have purchased their ACC, but then they just go straight to acc.autodesk.com, and then they see that their ACC note there as a trial account, because they didn't go to their email and like click on this get started. Yeah. So this one is when you get invited as a project member. So you also need to check in your email and sign in to get started. So without further ado, let's go into the ACC Cloud. Okay, so as you go to acc.autodesk.com, where I'll just show you a new one. I'll open a new tab and then I go to acc.autodesk.com. So obviously I have signed in before. So if you haven't signed in, you need to sign in, and then you will be brought into this home interface. So from the home interface, you can see there's the project list. So from my account, I have already few projects in my account. So as you can see, the B icon, it means that this is a BIM 360. It's a project that was created in BIM 360 platform. And this round thing, this ball thing, is a project that was created in the ACC platform. So that's why I say even you are in ACC, you can still have access to your BIM 360 platforms. But if you click on this, it will direct you to the BIM 360 interface, like this. Okay, but we're not going to look into BIM 360 because we are focusing on the future. So we'll go into this ACC. Okay, just to show you to explain a little bit on the interface, so you can see all the project lists on the left, and on the right here you can see when was the project being created. Okay, so up on the corner here, so this is your ID, and you can sign out, stuff like that. And so if you are an account administrator, so you need to click, you will have this account administration up here. So you just click on it, and then it will bring you to your account administration home interface. So this is your, you will call it a product here, up here. So now you are in the admin page. Now you can only see the account admin. This is the accounts that you have. If you are new, you only have one account, so it will only show you one account lah. So for example, myself, this is my company account, so it is acadsystems, and I previously had also created a trial account, so it will also be here as well. So Malaysia is a BIM 360 account that I have. Okay, underneath you will see the project list. Okay, to explain a little bit on the interface, again, once you are in the account admin, you can see all your project lists, similar like just now. But here, as an account admin, you have the ability to create projects. So at this button, you can just click on create project. Okay, so bring you to this this window. So you can, if you look at these tabs, the one that start with a red star here, these are the one that you need to input lah. The ones that doesn't have the stars are optional. So usually you will add in the project name here, and then your account. If you just have one account, it probably will just give you the account that you have, and then the project type, whether it is a hotel, what you're building lah, basically. Is it a stadium or a house or theme park? You have to select it here. And then project template, if you have started a project template and then you want to replicate the project that you had last time, and you can also bring it here. And then you can also add in the address and then the time zone, start date, end date, and the project value. Okay, so this is where you create the project, because the concern of the account admin is usually how do I create a project and how do I get my members in my ACC. Okay, so as you build on your project, you will see this is the project list, and you can also put in the number, the type is the platform which the project is being created on, and how many members that you have inside that project, and then how many companies that are involved, and then what is the status of the project, the start date and end date, and when it is created. You can see it from here. And then, okay, another thing, you probably want to, if you have ACC and then you want to test and just create a project that you want to maybe just for a test. So unfortunately, if you created a test project, you won't be able to delete it, but you would only have you can only archive it. So if you're thinking of creating a dummy project, so just keep in mind that you can't delete it later as for now. Okay, next we will be looking into how to add in members. So again, we are still in the account admin. So let's go to members. Okay, once you are in members, so it is quite straightforward. So you can click on this add members to add your members. Just click on this. Okay, you will need to put in their email, and then this company and role are optional. But for example, for role, it will help you with the permissions later. So for example, if you drop down, there are options for like architects, team manager, and then you also have the others inside. So later, when you are doing the permissions, you can actually set that this file can only be accessed for these certain rules. Can be accessed can be changed or edited or accessed, viewed by only architects. That is the function for role, but it is optional for now. You can also set the permissions later. Okay, so for the access level, this is like there's steps for this access level. So if you add in like a person and then you click on this account administrator, they will also have the ability to get access to the account admin. So it means that he can also create projects, add members, do whatever that you can do as an account admin. But for executive, it is more limited. You assign him as an executive, so he might be able to look at the project list and the member list, but he couldn't add in because that is what account administrator only can do. Okay, so this is add in members, but I also got a lot of questions like I type in my email, but I couldn't it doesn't registers. So you need to type in properly, and if this is actually not the only place that you can add in account members. So if they specify that you need to put in their names first, and their name should be 2 parts, like John Doe, followed by the email. If they require that, you just follow the example and you can add in the members. Okay, so this is adding in account members. So for example, you bought a 25 seat of ACC and you want to assign to your project members. So first in ACC, you add in to the account, and you also need to actually first give them the subscription to that product, to ACC. Okay, if you click on one of the user here, on the right, you will have this, we call it profile, the profile of the member. And here you can also put in the company, the role. This is the username, the ACAD user, the name is ACAD user. You can specify the phone number, and this is the email for that user. And as you can see, the status is active. So this person is actively in this project. And what I mentioned just now, you add in the member in this account, and then you also need to assign them a subscription. So from here, you can assign him subscription. So it depends on what you had bought. So for example, in my account, I can still assign one BIM Collaborate Pro. There is one seat available, and I have one BIM Collaborate. That is another two that is available. And then I can also assign him Autodesk Takeoff. So I have one available if I'm using Autodesk Takeoff, and also Autodesk Build. So for Build, I have no seats available. Remember, adding your members, you also need to assign them the product. If you bought 25, for example, you add the members in the team, and also you need to assign them the product. So another option to assign this product is actually to go to manage.autodesk.com. You can see here, this is your profile. This is where you manage all your Autodesk products. So if this is the home page, and if you go to user management and you go by product, okay, let it load for a while. Okay, as you can see, here are my products. And for example, I have bought docs. So I click on docs, and you need to assign users. So as you can see, I have assigned 3 users, and I have another 37 seats that is available. So I can just assign users. And here you can add in the email. Just follow through this, okay, this example. So you need to put in the name, and then also the email address. Okay, this is another way of giving subscription. So let's get back to our ACC here. Okay, that is for account admins, and you would have these other tools as well. You can see. So here, BIM 360, it will bring you to the BIM 360 platform. Okay, so for account settings, you can, this is quite important as well. So you can edit your name. Maybe if you need to edit your name, the account name, so you can edit from here. And this gives you the account ID. So for example, if you require a support from Autodesk agent, so you can give them your account ID for support purposes. Okay, now let's look into the project admin. So for example, I go back to the project list, and I want to click on one project. So LTU1. So usually account admin will just assign a project admin. Usually, even though account admin have the ability to add all the project members, but usually they will only assign the project admin, and then the project admin will bring the rest of the teams into the project. Okay, So as you can see, now I'm in the project admin. We call it a product people, because as you can see, I click on it and I have a drop down. If I want to go back to the account admin, I can click here. And now I'm in the project admin. And I can also access the other products that I have. So I have docs, design collaboration, model coordination, build, and insight. So this is based on what you purchase. So if, for example, you only purchase docs, you only see docs here. I mean, docs and insight is by default, you would have it lah. Even if you buy build, you will still get docs and insight and build. But I'm not going to talk about the tools for today. I'm just on the overview of the account administration settings and also the project admins. Okay, when you click on a project, this is a project, you can click drop down and you can go to other projects as well. Just click on it. So now I'm in LPU1. So as you can see, we are now in members. So you can also add in members. Like I said, usually the project admin will bring all the team members. So again, it's pretty similar. You can add in the email, the company, and the role. And if the member is just a project member or he is also a project administrator, so the obvious thing that you can see, project administrator have the ability to add in members. For account admin, they can also add in project members and assign them subscription and also creating projects. Okay, so if it's just a normal project member, you can click on this project member, and then you can invite them to this product. Depends on your subscription. Okay, so for example, the account admin had bought 25 seats. You can assign them to your team members, and maybe the other way is a person can also be invited in your project. For example, he was not in this 25 people that the account admin had purchased, but he bring his own subscription. So he himself personally have bought this subscription. He can also bring his own, we call it license lah, into this project. So he can bring his own subscription into your project as well. Okay, so at the members here, you can see on the left here is the name, the email, the company, the role, and then access level. Okay, access level. If you click on it, it will bring you to a profile for this member, and whether if he is active and when he is added in this project. Okay, so from the project admin, you can drop down, and for example, I would go to docs. I will just touch a little bit on the permission. Okay, for Autodesk Docs, we have, for example, our files here. So I have few files in this project: architecture, MEP, shared, and structure. So just to show you about the permission. So for example, I want to set the permission on this project files. So you can click on these three dots here, and you can click permissions. So as you can see here, these are the members that I have. So from here, you can manage the permission for this person. So if you set it by role, for example, I set myself as a project admin, so I have the full administrative control. Similarly to Arina Asli here, she has the full administrative control. So for example, that for this project, the engineer, I only give edit level of permission. So what the engineers can do is only to view, download, publish markups, upload and edit. So this is the purpose of assigning role previously. Okay, so you can also give them permission for just viewing and download only, creating, and the full administrative control. Okay, so I'm not gonna elaborate more on what is docs, what is inside docs, but that will probably be on a later topic. So for today's topic, I think we have covered on how to get started with ACC. So we have learned today how to, first, when you purchase the ACC, you will get an email and then you sign into your account, and the project admin can create a project and add in members, and he will probably assign a project administrator, and then the project administrator can also add in all the members, and then assign can also go into the projects and what are the tools that you have bought in the projects. Okay, I hope that clarifies what is ACC and how to get started. And I would like to open to questions if you have any question. Okay, I'll just check the chat. Okay, I have a question here from CCW. How much for 1 year's ACC, and total how many members can access? So okay, how much? Let me check. Let me bring you into our website. Let's check the price, because the price will change from time to time. So if you would like to check our prices from acadsystems, you can go to acadsystems.com, and under the products, you can find our products here. Let me see if we have ACC. Okay, for example, Autodesk Docs. Okay, you can also see the overview video for ACC. Let me check if there's a price for this. Okay, unfortunately, there's no price on our website. But if I can bring you to our sales team and they will tell you the price lah. You can, in our website, you can also we have a live chat here, so you can just chat with us, and she will our agents will give you the prices here. So for how many members that can access, I don't think there's a limit on it, but usually in a project, I've never seen there's like a limit on it lah. Yeah, so usually people will buy like 50 seats max that I saw. So for now, I've never seen a problem about limit lah. Okay, is there any other question? All right, I hope we have a fruitful session. So I hope you are able to understand how to get started with ACC. And I want to show, before we end, I would like to show you our website. So this is our website, acadsystems. And You can check out our latest Autodesk promotion and news from here. And also for our next online lessons, these are free online lessons. You can book your places and see what are the topics that will come up. We usually cover all Autodesk softwares based on topics. Okay, you can book your places here and click on it and just book your places. And this is our training. And if you scroll until the bottom, you can click on to our Facebook to get into our Facebook, and also our YouTube, and also to email us. So for example, if you go into our YouTube, so we have built a quite extensive library on various topics across all Autodesk software. So probably if you want to learn something, all these free online lessons are being uploaded in YouTube. So for these years that we have been doing this, we have quite an extensive library on various topics. So you can look and subscribe. And also our Facebook, just to get updated into the events that we've made and our promotions. So I hope you can follow us. So that's all for today. Thank you for joining in our free online lesson. So I hope to see you again. Thank you very much and goodbye.